presentation.
For nearly 2 centuries, we have trained to be strong and honest, to defend the defenseless, aid the injured, protect liberty, to hold together the fabric of our city. Heroes, always heroes. Heroes, always heroes. We are the NYPD.
Graduating class, forward, march! Come on, ladies and gentlemen, let's give them another round of applause. At this time, I'm going to ask everyone to please rise for the presentation of our nation's colors and the singing of the national anthem by a member of our graduating class, Police Officer Chana Scott. Attention! Present arms!
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Order, arms! Thank you, Officer Scott. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the invocation by Police Department Chief Chaplain, Rabbi Dr. Alvin Cass. Parade, rest.
Almighty and eternal God, thou who controllest the destiny of all peoples, and in whose hand lies the fate of all nations, we invoke thy blessing upon these graduation exercises, even as we implore thy favor upon the outstanding young men and women gathered here today who have completed the program of training to become police officers and are about to receive formal recognition of that fact. Endow them with understanding that they might act wisely and prudently in the fulfillment of their duties and responsibilities. Cause them to place their trust and reliance upon thee, that they might better cope with the problems and situations that will confront them. Direct the hearts and minds of these young officers toward upholding and maintaining thy will upon earth. And may they ever strive to win the respect and esteem of their fellow New Yorkers by laboring for the relief of the needy and the comfort of the weak. And finally, dear God, we beseech thee to grant to Mayor Adams, Police Commissioner Donlin, and all the men and women of the New York City Police Department continuing success in their unceasing efforts to make New York truly a society where people of every race, religion, color, and creed can pursue their individual destinies untrammeled, unafraid, and in obedience to thy will. Amen.
Attention! Thank you, Rabbi Cass. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Take seats. I'd now like to take a moment and introduce the members of our dais. Please hold all your applause until all have been introduced. Starting in the first row on my right, Chief of Housing, Martine Matarasso, the Chief of Information Technology, Ruben Beltran, the Chief of Internal Affairs, Miguel Iglesias, Chief of Interagency Operations, Teresa Tobin, Chief of Crime Control Strategies, Michael LePetri, Chief of Detectives, Joseph Kenny, the Chief of Patrol, John Chell, the Chief of Department, Jeffrey Madry, the Police Commissioner of the City of New York, the Honorable Thomas G. Donlin, the Mayor of the City of New York, the Honorable Eric Adams, the First Deputy Commissioner, Tanya Kinsella, Deputy Commissioner of Operations, Kaz Daughtry, Deputy Commissioner of Public Information, Tariq Shepard, Deputy Commissioner of Community Affairs, Mark Stewart, Deputy Commissioner of Intelligence and Counterterrorism, Rebecca Weiner, Deputy Commissioner of Labor Relations, Edward Delatorre, Deputy Commissioner of Equity and Inclusion, Wendy Garcia, Deputy Commissioner of Employee Relations, Lisa White, Deputy Commissioner of Legal Matters, Michael Gerber, the United Arab Emirates Minister of Interior, Colonel Dr. Ahmed Al-Shamsi, and then seated in our second row, Commanding Officer Patrol Borough Bronx, Assistant Chief Benjamin Gurley, Commanding Officer Patrol Borough Brooklyn North, Assistant Chief Scott Henderson, Commanding Officer Patrol Borough Brooklyn South, Assistant Chief Charles McAvoy, Commanding Officer Patrol Borough Manhattan South, Assistant Chief James McCarthy, Chief Surgeon Dr. Eli Kleiman, the Chief of Transit Joseph Galata, Chief of Transportation Philip Rivera, the Chief of Training Lola Obey, Chief of Special Operations Wilson Arambulis, the Chief of Personnel John Benoit, Police Department Chief Chaplain Rabbi Dr. Alvin Cass, Police Department Assistant Chief Chaplain Monsignor David El Casado, Deputy Commissioner Department Advocate Paul Gamble, Deputy Commissioner Management and Budget Deirdre Snyder, Commanding Officer Patrol Borough Staten Island Assistant Chief Melissa Eager, Commanding Officer Support Services Division Deputy Chief Marlon Laren, the President of the New York City Police Foundation Susan Burbaum, President of the Police Benevolent Association Patrick Hendry, the New York State Police Liaison Lieutenant Jason De Los Santos, and then seated in our third row, the Commanding Officer Firearms and Tactics Section Inspector LaShonda Dice, and the Commanding Officer of the Police Academy, Inspector Angel Figueroa. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our dais, and we thank them for being here today. And now it's my pleasure to ask the Chief of Personnel, John Benoit, to administer the oath of office to the graduating class.
Graduating class, attention!
Good morning. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me.
Ready, move!
I do hereby pledge and declare that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the position of police officer in the New York City Police Department according to the best of my ability. So help me God. Congratulations.
Ready, front! Take seats!
Thank you, Chief Benoit. It's now my pleasure to introduce the Police Commissioner of the City of New York, the Honorable Thomas G. Donlin.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Good morning, graduates. Good morning, sir. On behalf of Mayor Eric Adams, the entire NYPD executive staff, and 8.3 million New Yorkers, congratulations on this incredible achievement. And to all the families and friends with us, welcome. And thank you for supporting our newest officers on this very, very special day. This morning, we welcome a new generation of highly trained, well-equipped officers to the ranks of the NYPD. Graduates, you now wear a shield that carries so much meaning for our city, for our department, and for each of you. Because that shield represents the promise you made, the oath you swore, and the calling you answered. It's about pride and purpose that unites people from all around the world, bringing them together as members of the New York City Police Department. Your class is one of the most diverse classes in department history. You hail from 29 countries, speak 38 languages, and you reflect the diversity of our city, which makes the NYPD stronger and the city we serve safer. And among you are 74 officers who served in our nation's military. You already know what it means to be part of something larger than yourselves. So thank you for continuing your service in the NYPD. Also, which is important, is that nearly 70% of you are New York City residents, products of the very same neighborhood you are now sworn to protect. And some of you are also from halfway around the world, as we graduate 5 members from the police force in the United Arab Emirates. As the mayor says, New York is a global city, and this partnership with the UAE is a testament to our strong international bonds. And here to congratulate them is Colonel Dr. Ahmed Al-Shamsi from UAE Ministry of Interior. Thank you for being here, Colonel, and congratulations to your graduating members. No matter where you call home, you all come here today with stories of your own and the unique experiences that made you what you are today. One story in particular came to my attention from the statements you wrote explaining why you wanted to be an NYPD officer. More than 30 years ago, NYPD officers responded to a terrible car accident in Queens. At the scene, officers discovered a family with 3 injured children, including a young girl whose injuries were life-threatening. She was unconscious, bleeding badly, and struggling to breathe. And the officers knew she needed immediate medical attention. As officers do in the line of duty, they quickly and carefully pulled the girl from the wreckage and immediately took her to the hospital. And in that moment, when all seemed lost, one officer's courage and calmness under pressure saved a precious life. Today, we are privileged to witness the continuation of that story. Graduating today from the Academy is Police Officer Xavier Duran, that young girl's older brother who was also injured in that car accident. This experience shaped Officer Duran's early life and inspired him to join the NYPD. He wanted to emulate the officers who saved him and his sisters 30 years ago. And today, in a full circle of faith and legacy that every officer who served, we have retired Sergeant Minetto, who is here to witness Officer Duran's graduation. It is a powerful testament to the impact of a single act of service they can have on the course of another one's life. Congratulations, graduating Officer Duran and Sergeant Minetto, and thank you both for sharing your stories. I ask Sergeant Minetto to stand up. He's in the audience today. Thank you, Sergeant. And to the families here this morning, you were the first role models these graduates ever had, instilling in them resilience, passion, and integrity. For the rest of their careers, they will bring their values to their work in our department. So thank you for showing them the way and for supporting them with their dream of becoming a New York City police officer. Please join me in giving your families a round of applause. Thank you. Finally, I want to thank our Police Academy instructors who laid the foundation for your achievement today. And of course, this is all possible thanks to the vision, the leadership, unwavering support of Mayor Adams, who sat in the same seat as you when he was graduated from Police Academy 40 years ago, and he understands fully your duties and responsibilities. He's the only person in history to have served as an NYPD officer and who has gone on to be elected as mayor of New York City. He knows exactly how you feel today, and he fully understands the work that you are facing in your different areas of responsibility and assignments. And we're very grateful for him to giving us the tools and resources and the need to continue keeping New York safe. So welcome to the greatest job in the world, in the greatest city in the world. Welcome to the NYPD. Thank you, stay safe, and God bless.
And thank you, Commissioner Donlin. It's now my pleasure to introduce the Mayor of the City of New York, the Honorable Eric Adams.
Every time I hear the national anthem, I think about my Uncle Joe, 19 years old, gave his life in Vietnam, defending our country. I not only listen to the melody, but I listen to the lyrics. And I think about those who take the mantle of putting on a uniform to defend the greatest country on the globe. The most significant lyrics is that the rocket's red glare, a bomb burst in air, gave proof through the night that our flag is still there. 40 years ago, I took the oath you're taking today. I stood up and raised my hand, unsure of what I was going to face as a member of the transit police at the time, and then after the merger, becoming a member of the New York City Police Department. There were good days and there were bad days. There were days that I saw some of the most cruel acts that man can inflict on man. There was days when there was joy, when you saved someone's life or found a lost child or responded to someone who needed some form of medical care. There were a lot of uncertainties, but little did I know that what I learned in the police department would fortify me throughout my entire life, of showing principle, fortitude, resiliency. I watched September 11, 2001, when our center of trade was attacked, and those symbols of our buildings and strength and courage collapsed in front of our eyes. And although we give acknowledgement each year to the men and women who we lost, and some are still transitioning from the after effects, I want you to know something. We may remember September 11th, but I also remember September 12th. We got up. We showed the globe what we're made of. And when New York City got up on September 12th and carried out their lives, the entire globe and the entire country followed. And we did it because of those who came before you and considered themselves to be part of the law enforcement community. That's what it means to serve and run towards danger when others run away. That is what it means. No matter who's in charge of any agency or entity, you still carry out your function. And you have such a role to play, because no matter what happens next week, you have the responsibility of making sure that this country knows that we are not the divided states, we are the United States, and we're there because you have watered the tree of freedom with your commitment, your sweat, your blood, and your sacrifices. That is what makes us great. It's the greatest country on the globe, and this is the greatest city on the globe because we have the greatest police department on the globe, known as the NYPD, and you are now part of that. But as you carry out your role and your job, I want you to start out with one thought in mind. When I completed my 22 years, I remember seeing Mom look in the audience when I graduated here at Madison Square Garden. And although she had a level of proudness in her face, she also had fear. And upon my retirement, I remember hugging her, and I felt the weight of her body as she felt this sense of relief. Every day, your family members are going to be on patrol with you. They're not going to rest until they know you're home. When they hear about an incident that impacts a police officer, they're going to hold their breath to hear the name. And even after hearing the name, they know that a member and one of your colleagues were impacted. They're going to feel the uncertainty. They're going to hear the attacks and criticism as you carry out your job. And so when you are on patrol, think of them. Think about your wives, your daughters, your sons, your moms, your aunts, and your uncles. Make decisions to know that you must be wise and smart and strategic based on the skill and knowledge that you have received. They are with you. They're going to feel your ups and downs. They're going to celebrate your promotions. They're going to be there when you sacrifice and make the good arrest. They're going to be there when you experience a traumatic experience. When I left the department, it was my son who came to me and told me, "Dad, you went through a lot through those 22 years. Now it's time to take care of yourself. As you go through those 22 years, if you're fortunate to do so, spend time with yourself and your colleagues and friends. You're no good to your profession if you're not good to yourself. There's a reason the captain or the airline stewardess states when you are in flight and if there's an emergency and the air pressure drops, Place the mask on your self before you place it on your travel companion, because you first must be good to yourself so you can be good to the city of New York. That is how you get through this career, taking care of yourself. And as the song states, those small-time blues, it's only one city to be in, and that's New York City. We're the greatest. And as I travel across the globe and the country, I remind people all the time, there's only two types of Americans: those who live in New York and those who wish they could. We're the lucky ones. Congratulations to you.
Thank you, Mayor Adams. At each Police Academy graduation, awards are presented to the outstanding members of the graduating class. Awards are in the form of an engraved plaque for various categories. At this time, I'm going to ask Mayor Adams and Police Commissioner Donlin to present the following awards. Our first award this morning is the Mayor's Award. This award is given to the student officer who has attained the highest overall average, scoring an overall average of 99.67%. Mayor Adams will present this award to Police Officer Nathaniel Capone. Our next award is the Police Commissioner's Award, which is presented to the student officer who attained the second highest overall average, scoring an average of 99.50%. Police Commissioner Donlin will present this award to Police Officer Brandon Brown. Next is the First Deputy Commissioner's Award, which is given to the male and female recruit who have achieved the highest physical fitness runoff score. First Deputy Commissioner Tanya Kinsella will present this award to Police Officer Richard Gibbons and Police Officer Loani Granados. Next is the Chief of Department's Award, which is presented to the student officer who has scored the highest academic average of 99.67%. The Chief of Department, Jeffrey Madry, will present this award to Police Officer Nathaniel Capone. The Chief of Training Award is given to the student officer who has scored the highest firearms proficiency average of 100%. The Chief of Training, Lola Obey, will present this award to Police Officer Tyrese Rogers. The Commanding Officer Police Academy Award is presented to the student officer who renders police assistance while in the police academy. On August 25, 2024, while driving, Police Officer Rivera observed a car accident on Pelham Parkway in the Bronx. Officer Rivera stopped and assisted and observed a 3-year-old child with no pulse, and with the assistance of a nurse that was on scene, Officer Rivera performed CPR on the child. Because of Officer Rivera's actions, the child survived the accident. Inspector Angel Figueroa will present the Commanding Officer Police Academy Award to Police Officer Johnny Rivera. Yeah, give him another round of applause. This is amazing. The Police Benevolent Association Award is presented to the student officer who served as the outstanding company sergeant for this graduating class. The president of the Police Benevolent Association, Patrick Hendry, will present this award to Police Officer Matthew Rollo. The New York City Police Foundation Exceptional Community Service Award is presented to the student officer who has shown exceptional community service. Police Officer Valerie Peteroy has volunteered her time with Guide Dog Foundation, a nonprofit organization that serves to assist individuals that are blind or visually impaired. She has helped with the development of guide dogs at the young age of 2 months old. Guide dogs are taught a multitude of fundamentals like ignoring distractions, watching for hazards, learning how to target landmarks, and many daily activities the average person takes for granted. This organization has helped people walk freely and feel confident. Independent mobility is taken for granted, and with the help of individuals such as Officer Peteroy, this continues to be a possibility. At this time, the president of the New York City Police Foundation, Susan Birnbaum, will present this award to Police Officer Valerie Peteroy. Thank you, Mayor Adams and Commissioner Donlin. At this time, I am proud to introduce the recipient of the Mayor's Award, our class valedictorian, Police Officer Nathaniel Capone.
Good morning. I'd like to welcome Mayor Adams, Police Commissioner Donlin, First Deputy Commissioner Kinsella, Chief of Department Chief Madry, distinguished members of the dais, my fellow graduates, family, and friends. It is indeed an honor and a privilege to be standing before you as the valedictorian of the October 2024 graduating class of police officers. In the days that followed our appointment to the New York City Police Department, we began a difficult yet rewarding phase of our lives. The training program that we have all successfully completed has provided us with the foundation and skills essential to perform our duties as police officers. Having acquired the necessary tools for the job, we are now prepared to render our services with courtesy, professionalism, and respect. As I prepared to write this address, I wanted to share my own story in a way that some of you here may be able to relate to. So I decided to share with you a letter that I wrote to my hero and the reason I stand before you today. Hi, Mom. The first few weeks at the academy have been overwhelming. The instructors yell at us a lot, and it seems like no matter what we do, we're always wrong. I've had to label everything I own down to my socks. Our platoon commander is also really bad at math. He thinks that 2 push-ups equals 1. I hope someone tells him soon that he's counting wrong. Also, I don't think the elevators here work because we have to carry everything up and down what feels like 100 flights of stairs a day. I'm sore and I have blisters on my hands. At first, it seemed like everyone around me had everything all figured out, but I've come to realize that we're all in the same boat going through this journey together. As I stand in formation every day with my fellow recruits, I've been reflecting on my path to this moment, which, as you know, has been all but obvious. Growing up in our small town of New Village, New Jersey, there were more chickens than people. Until just a few years ago, New York City was a foreign and strange place to me. After receiving my mechanical engineering degree from Rutgers University and accepting a job in New York, the city took me in as one of its own. The culture and atmosphere here is truly unmatched. The only problem was my heart wasn't in the work that I was doing. I wanted more from my life. I wanted to serve and to be a voice for those with no voice. It was you, Mom, who gave me the courage to take that leap, to jump into the unknown, give back to the city that took me in, and dedicate my life to serving others. Through my struggles to discover my purpose in life, you supported me during times that I felt truly lost. Your repeated words of everything happens for a reason and God works in mysterious ways have stuck with me and proven to be true. Every lesson I've learned along the way has prepared me for this moment. It was your endless encouragement and support that allowed me to chase my dreams and follow the winding road that led me to where I belong. Our time at the police academy has come to a close, and my perspective on so many things has changed over the past 6 months. Every obstacle that the instructors put in our way was to prepare us for what lies ahead. I've come to realize that B Squad push-ups are not a punishment, they're a privilege. And most importantly, I've learned that our greatest strength is each other. I know that as my mother, you'll be worrying about me and my comrades every day. But I have the only job in the world where I can say that when trouble finds me, 30,000 of my brothers and sisters will come running. And when my brothers and sisters need me, I will be there no matter the circumstances. My fellow recruits are now my family, and through the good and the bad, family is all we have. To all of the family members and friends here today, we thank you for your endless support and your role in getting us to this point today. And know that above all, our biggest success is making you proud. The dangers of this job, known and unknown, are something we must face every day. I was with police officer Edgar Ordonez the morning of his passing on July 10th, 2024. Although I did not know him personally, I could tell just from my short interaction with him that he was a good man, full of energy and joy, and that he had so much pride in being a part of this great police department. His life was tragically cut short just days before he was able to walk across this very stage. Attending Officer Ordonez's funeral with my fellow recruits was a profound and emotional experience. It served as a reminder to us all not only of the inherent risks of this profession, but also of the honor and privilege that it is to be here today and to serve this city. We will strive every day to finish the work that he started, knowing that he will be watching over us with a smile on his face. He will never be forgotten because we will never forget. As we embark on the next chapter of our journey, we will carry forward the lessons learned, the values instilled within us, and the unwavering determination to make a difference in the world. I would like to thank all of the instructors from the Police Academy's training staff. We found the quality of teaching at the Police Academy extraordinary, and the instructors themselves to be wonderful people whom we shall truly miss. Thank you for the knowledge and experiences that you have shared with us. Your dedication, patience, and perseverance have played a large part in making this experience a memorable one. On behalf of the entire graduating class, I would also like to give a special thank you to Chief of Training, Chief Obey, Executive Officer of the Training Bureau, Deputy Chief Fortune, Commanding Officer of the Police Academy, Inspector Figueroa, as well as our platoon commanders, Lieutenant Clacken and Lieutenant Caraballo, for their leadership and support. To our fearless leader, Lieutenant Caraballo, not enough can be said about your relentless dedication to making us the best police officers and the best people that we can be. You have a greater impact on your recruits than you will ever know. You taught us what it really means to put in the work without fail, and you brought us the energy when we needed it most. I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to Officer Salona, my exceptional official company instructor and mentor throughout this 6-month journey. Your unending patience and willingness to go above and beyond for us is deeply appreciated. Your support has been invaluable in shaping us into the capable officers that we are today. Thank you for your dedication and for guiding us through this transformative experience with care and compassion. I would also like to thank Sergeant Turk and Sergeant Quisenberry for their mentorship and instrumental role in our academic success. Officer Marcelia, Officer Billington, Officer Narvaez, Detective Cooper, Detective Marmol, and many others, thank you for the countless hours spent in the classroom ensuring that we were prepared for our trimester exams. This accomplishment would not have been possible without your commitment and outstanding instruction. I would also like to express my gratitude to our fitness instructors for their tireless efforts to keep us motivated and to mentally and physically prepare us for the challenges ahead. I would like to take a moment to thank my entire family for their unwavering support throughout this journey. To my incredible parents, you are my motivation and inspiration in everything I do. To my brothers and my sister, you have been the most amazing role models for the past 28 years, and I'm so proud to be your little brother. To my fellow graduating classmates, as our gray shirts have now turned blue, it is important to note that although the training was difficult, we have all endured and finished strong. We must stay true to ourselves and above all else, continue to demonstrate the integrity and professionalism that embodies this great department. I wish each and every one of you the best of luck in your new command, as well as in all of your future endeavors. Last, but definitely not least, thank you to my fellow officers in Company 2433. I could not have asked for a better group of brothers and sisters to experience this journey with. The unity, teamwork, and support that I felt serving alongside you was truly incredible. It was an honor to learn and grow with you, and I wish you all the best of luck. Congratulations to the October 2024 graduating class of police officers. We did it.
Thank you, Officer Capone. And now to perform a musical selection, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce the finest pipe band in the world, the Pipes and Drums of the NYPD Emerald Society. As a tribute to those graduating officers who have served in our nation's armed forces, the Emerald Society Pipes and Drums will now perform a selection of military anthems. We ask the members of our graduating class and the members of our audience to stand and be recognized when the anthem of their branch of service is performed. Once again, the NYPD Emerald Society Pipes and Drums.
United States Army. United States Air Force. United States Coast Guard. United States Navy. United States Marine Corps.
Thank you to the NYPD Emerald Society, Pipes and Drums. I'd now like to take this opportunity to present the student officers who were assigned as company sergeants for the class of October 2024. These officers assumed additional responsibilities beyond just their academic and physical training and acted as liaisons between the staff and the students. Will the company sergeants please rise and be acknowledged?
Company sergeants, attention! Take seats.
Members of our audience may be curious about those officers wearing the gold citation cords. They are being recognized for achieving overall scores that place them at the top 10% academic average of this class. This is a superior achievement, especially when you consider our curriculum is accredited for 33 college credits. Will those officers please rise and be recognized?
Gold citation cord, attention! Take seats.
Additionally, those officers who are wearing the blue citation cords are being recognized for achieving overall scores that place them the top 10% for physical fitness of this class. Will those officers rise and be recognized?
Blue citation cords, attention! Take seats.
And lastly, members of the audience may be curious about those wearing the green citation cords. They are being recognized for achieving firearms proficiency that allowed them to participate in the shoot-off for the Chief of Training Award. Will those officers please rise and be recognized?
Green citation cords, attention! Take seats.
We'd personally like to thank the official company instructors and all the instructional staff at the Academy. We commend them for an exceptional job and now ask that they rise and be recognized for their hard work in preparing this graduating class.
Academy staff, attention! Take seats.
And there's one last group that we would like to recognize and acknowledge and thank. The Police Academy graduating class of October 2024 would like to thank all of you for the support that you have given them to make this day possible.
Graduating class, attention! About face, present arms. Order, arms. About face.
And now I'm going to ask that everyone please rise for the benediction by Police Department Assistant Chief Chaplain, Monsignor David L. Casado.
Attention! Parade rest.
Let us pray. Loving and gracious God, we have truly been inspired today by this graduating class of October 2024. We ask you, O God of all, to watch over, bless, protect them every day as they go forth to serve this city. Keep them strong in their commitment, keep them strong in their devotion, and may they continue to do your holy work for these people of our city. Bless us as we go forward and continue to strengthen their ties with their family and friends who have supported them and given them courage in these moments. We ask you always to watch over the greatest city in the world, New York City, and to continue to bless the NYPD today and forever. Amen.
Attention!
Thank you, Monsignor Casado. This class has chosen to recognize their place in the history of the NYPD. Their class motto states, proud to serve, driven to protect.
Attention!
Ladies and gentlemen, before we conclude, I'd like to invite everyone here to join us in the singing of God Bless America, which will be led by another member of our graduating class, Police Officer Stephanie Munoz.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America,
Thank you, Officer Munoz. On behalf of the mayor and the police commissioner, I'd like to thank everyone for attending. This concludes our graduation ceremony. I just ask the members of the audience to remain seated until the graduates have exited the theater. Please have a happy Halloween, a safe trip home, and a pleasant evening. Thank you.
Graduating class, left and right, peace. Forward, march.